Hello, this is Onyx Tarot Guide, and today I'm going to be doing a quick little deck review on the Divine Abundance Oracle deck by Tosha Silver. All right, so this deck is a deck of 52 cards, okay? I bought this deck literally when I first started, okay? So I'll have to take you through a lot of these so you can see them. I don't have the box, but I will show you these cards. Okay, so we got Liberation, Divine Abundance, Signs, Inner Work. So I do really love, Companionship. I love the artwork on this deck. Like, the artwork is actually freaking amazing, okay? It is a very positive deck. Like, the energy is just so positive, and it is super helpful. And when you need guidance on something, I love to use this deck, especially when I started. And now I'm like, oh my god, why don't I use this deck? Like, it's so positive and it gets straight to the point. Like, seriously. So, anyways, I love it. I think the artwork is so pretty. Like, seriously. The artwork is pretty. I do like, the vibes of it. I do like that it is diverse. I do like that it's not kind of like rooted in, I like that it's not like, I don't know, too far left, too far right. Now, I will go through the things that I do love about this deck and how I use it. So, how I use this deck, of course, I love this deck because I used to just ask like the general things that I ask now, and I would get the exact situation of what's going on. So, like, there's beautiful things. So, worth. This one says, you have been worthy to belong to love all along, without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. And then we got sacrifice. Here's a sacrifice card. Sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. So it really, literally in the explanations, they really touch on everything. Seriously. Expansiveness. Eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. So, like, I love this deck a lot. It is very colorful, and they're great quality. Like, I have taken these cards with me everywhere. And, when I first started, I used to just read cards and read and learn and read, literally. So, like, I've used these so much. And if you could see, they are still in great shape. Okay? They bend well. Because, I bend my cards. Like, if you all understood how much I've used these and how amazing of quality they are. So let me show you how they shuffle. They shuffle very well, but yeah, I have used the crap out of these, and they are in amazing shape. And they're the perfect size. They fit in my hand. They're not too big. They're not too small. This is how they shuffle, how I shuffle them. I guess you could also sister shuffle, which I guess from the way I bent my cards, it's kind of, but it can be done. And then, of course, this is my shuffle. So I have used these cards so much, as you can see, and they are in amazing shape. So I definitely recommend these. So let me get to, let's see, the cons. So if I had any cons about this deck, I would say this deck is like, the only thing I would say is, everyone has their different higher power, okay? That's like up to everybody, right? Because this is basically, so like, I'll say this. When I'm doing readings for people, and just in general, like when I read these, I try to be really mindful, especially as a tarot reader, and just as a human being in 2022. Sounds crazy to say, but you just have to understand that everyone has, not everyone has the same, I guess, higher power or beliefs, right? So this deck, it does say God a lot, right? So it's like God, Let me try to find one. But like sometimes when I'm reading, and again, you'll understand like how I do readings. Some of them I like to be on the fly, and let it come to me, but also I like to just read it, right? And sometimes it's like, for instance, letting go. Everything is indeed out of control, and God will hold it all. I can safely let go. And so, again, just being mindful of like everybody has a different, beliefs and religions and higher powers. So, like, sometimes I will have to, like, everything is indeed out of control, and your higher power. You get what I'm saying? So, that would be the only con that sometimes you gotta have to wrap around it. And that may seem like, okay, that's not that big of a deal, right? But some of these that you have, like they have them and they're like, the Dear Lord, right? This one is the Your Path card. Dear Lord, help me trust that there is a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. So I know this is kind of like ingrained in the reason why they made this deck, right? So it's kind of like buy it or leave it, right? But I think this is a great deck for everybody. Like I said, I just personally try to be mindful of everybody's different beliefs. So sometimes you just gotta switch it up if that's how you do readings. But as far as doing readings for yourself, this is an amazing deck. And love readings and just in general, like you would be so surprised. This deck is very, oh my gosh, dynamic. It is. It shuffles well. It's in great quality, like great shape. I told you all I use this deck so much. Okay, I've had it over 5 or 6 months now, literally. So, yeah, this is definitely a deck that I would definitely recommend for you to have, because it is so thorough, right? Like we got lost here, like it literally grasps everything. So, definitely hit the like button. It's super helpful. Definitely let me know if you have this deck or if you have, your thoughts on this deck. But overall, I would rate this deck a 4 out of 5. A 4 out of 5. But yeah, I love this deck. Definitely leave a comment. Definitely subscribe. And thank you all so much for watching.